In this how-to video, we're gonna go over how to do a body weight squat. All right, so no weight, not holding on to anything, no barbells, no kettlebells, no dumbbells, nothing. Just a body weight squat. You may want to hold onto something while you're doing this and do it assisted. That is completely fine, because I do want you to work on trying to get nice and deep where you're basically getting your butt to your calves. Okay. So when we're doing the body weight squats, we wanna make sure that our chests are upright and that we are holding good posture the whole time and sitting in between our legs. So we're not gonna do a hinged squat. It is going to be just straight down, chest up the whole time. And this is just gonna build, I guess, a good habit to then basically graduate to doing a goblet squat or holding dumbbells or something like that while you're squatting. Because when we're doing that type of squat, which is going to be, I don't really do barbell squats. Barbell squats can be a little bit different. There is a little more hinging involved with the barbell squat, where with these squats, we're gonna be keeping our chest up and not bringing our chest down at all. How to set yourself up is we want to make sure that we give ourselves room to squat in between our legs, right? Because we don't want to wind up squatting over our legs. So you want to go with your feet at least hips width apart. And then also, some people are different. Some people's hips are a little bit tighter, or just, the way that they're designed. Turning your toes out a little bit makes it a little easier, a little more comfortable, opens up your hips a little bit more to allow you to drop in between your legs. Okay, you may hear people say, oh, toes forward. I wouldn't worry about that. Like, do we want to be totally turned out like this in some squats, a sumo squat? Yes, but in this instance, we don't want to go too far out, all right? But a little bit opened up, turning the toes out a little bit is fine. Like I also said, we want to make sure that we're keeping good posture. So we do want to brace the core while we're doing this, but not just a belly out brace. We want to, way to look at it. If you did the core 101, I go over this, putting your fingers on the side, sniffing in some air. And then when you brace, you're pushing out. So feel your fingers kind of come out a little bit. That's the kind of bracing we want. 360 all the way around, not just pushing the belly out while we're bracing. Or another thing that used to be what we were told to do, and that has definitely been debunked, is pulling our belly buttons in and trying to draw it in. We definitely don't want to do that for sure. All right, so we want to just sniff in the air and then brace. You can bring your hands out in front of you if you like to help counterbalance. Or I like to actually pretend like I am holding on to a kettlebell while I'm doing it. And then just nice and easy, we're just gonna sit again in between our legs. So here, brace, and then just drop down in between our legs, chest up, keeping that good posture. Push your feet into the ground like you're trying to push the ground away, and stand. Okay, so that's something else to think about too, is to create more tension that you need to help keep that posture and start to be able to do more weight. I want you to think about while you're at the bottom, I want you to think about not just kind of just standing up all, not without thinking about it. I want you to really think about while you're down there, act like you're trying to push the ground away from you to come up. All right, so we'll go over that again. So feet shoulder width apart, toes turned out a little bit if you prefer. Take a nice deep breath in, brace. Keep everything rigid, squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull the shoulder blades down and back, drop down in between your legs, push the ground away, stand up. All right, so what we want to avoid, and I'm going to show you this from the side because you'll be able to make it a lot easier to see. So squatting in between our legs, not over our legs. In between our legs, over our legs. All right, that's the hinge. We're not hinging in this one. We'll go over hinging in a different video. So I'm here, brace, drop down, push the ground away, and stand up. So one other thing that I forgot to mention, what we don't want, I only showed the in between the legs and over the legs. We also want to make sure we maintain that posture too by bracing. So what I mean by that is that we don't want to come down, and what happens with a lot of people is when they get here, they relax, and then when they come up, they wind up doing something like this, rounding their backs. Their hips start to come up first and their shoulders start to go forward. It's not a big deal. You're not going to get hurt, just body weight. So there are going to be some things in the mobility where I want you to round your back while you're squatting. But for this, again, we're practicing to learn how to do a squat properly to start adding load to it. So we don't want to be really doing that with a lot of load. So we want to make sure that we're here. And then we keep our chest up, our shoulders stay above our hips the whole time. So once we start pushing the ground away and start standing, our shoulders should automatically start to come up. They should never stay while our butt comes up, all right? So all at the same time, up. All right, so I hope that helped. Like I said, hold on to something if that helps. Like for instance, I have a windowsill here. That'll allow you to get nice and deep without worrying about feeling like you're gonna fall. All right, if you aren't really, don't really squat deep a lot, when you start to go down, you might get the fear of falling backwards. So you're not going to go very far, or you're going to start to come forwards like that. All right. So grab onto something, let it help. Another really cool thing you can do is do some rocking with your toes on the ground, because when you rock back like this, it's the same exact position as that deep squat. Nothing changed except for now I'm perpendicular. And here I'm horizontal, but the way my body has not changed at all. All right, so I hope that helps with your body weight squats.